our esteemed guest speakers, presidents of other council members from and other members from Wiki, as well as those who are new to this organization. Beginning of every new thing is always done by remembering God Ganesha. We actually pray to Lord Ganesha that he makes this event successful and bless us. We request him to grace us so that this event completes without any obstacles. Let's take this moment and pray to Lord Ganesha so that he give us the strength to learn as much as we want and bless us with his blessings. So I would like to request everyone to join their hand for the Ganesh Vandana. Thank you, Shalini. Before we get started, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you who generously helped us make this event come together to become a success. Dr. Harveen Arora ma'am, Ritu ma'am, and my fellow council members. We couldn't have done it without you. In today's gathering, I would like to focus on all the aims and objectives of our council and all the council members who have joined us today. You have been all chosen to be a part of our council due to a mutual passion for towards this organization. Your passion helps us all to unite, and the energy we create is what allows us to achieve our goals individually and in groups. During the next few months, you will be learning about the different initiatives through our planned activities, seminars, and special events where you will be able to join in and get hands on experiences. I hope these will help you grow to be more productive and smart. Well, without wasting much of your time, I need to leave some time and call upon Anvesha to introduce the organization. If the meet ends after 40 minutes, then I request everyone to please join again while using the same link. Thank you. I would like to request everyone to kindly mute their mics for smooth functioning of the ceremony. Over to you, Anvesha.
Thank you, Kristen. Good evening, everyone. I am Anvesha Chaturvedi, Council Member of UP Judicial Reform Council, present here to introduce you all with Wiki. Wiki stands for Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It puts and builds women's entrepreneurship and businesses through greater engagement with government institutions, global trade and networks. Wiki works closely with the government and other chambers, corporates, universities, and diverse stakeholders across India and internationally toward empowering local and global ecosystem in support of women's enterprises and businesses. Wiki also enables fundamental changes in government policies, laws, and incentives with a view to robustly encourage and empower women in business industry and commerce across all sectors. Wiki, with its 850 plus councils at national, regional, state, city, and bilateral levels, comprising 17,000 office bearers in honorary roles, along with the three national boards, namely governing, advisory, and executive, suggest from time to time concrete steps and recommendations to empower women owned businesses to become more competitive. Well, now I would like to call upon Devanshi for introducing our council.
Thank you so much, Anvesha. Good evening to our esteemed dignitaries and everyone present here. I, Devanshi Parashar, one of the council members, is here to introduce you all to the Uttar Pradesh State Judicial Reforms Council, WIKI. The Uttar Pradesh State Judicial Reforms Council is a non-profit organization under the Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The council aims to promote effective justice system in UP. The justice system is the principal instrument in satisfying the undertakings in the Constitution. Speedy justice is a prerequisite for maintaining the rule of law and delivering good governance. Our council will not only focus on researching and understanding the root causes in the judicial system, but also bridging the gap to speedy delivery of justice. Our council comprises of a president, a vice president, and 20 council members who will work in different areas of interest to accomplish the mission of the council. Thank you. Now I would like to pass on the mic to my fellow council member, Prerna. Over to you.
Thank you, Devanshi. Welcome everyone to the official launch of our council. So I'm Prerna Chaturvedi and I'm profusely overjoyed to take the opportunity to introduce our guests. So please join me in welcoming Rita Singh ma'am, Deputy Director General of WICI, Event Coordinator of Women Economic Forum and Executive Assistant of All Ladies League. She is representing the organization in absence of Dr. Harbeen Arora, Founder and National President WICI, Founder G100, All Ladies League, Women Economic Forum, Sheconomy, Vayu Ayurveda and Chancellor of the University, India. Next, please welcome Advocate Samiksha Pandey, an inspiring advocate, academician and area neutral. Next, kindly welcome Mrs. Sophia Bhamli, Managing Partner at S. Bhamli and Associates, and an honorary member of advisory boards at Licit Elite, a legal startup aimed at spreading awareness and aiding law students. She is also the founder of Initiative Rahat, aimed at providing legal guidance to women in distress in particular. Next, welcome Advocate Meenu Padha, President of JNK National Child and Women Development Council, founder of Masti Ki Pathshala, a school for underprivileged children. She is also the Vice President of National Council of News and Broadcasting and Ambassador of an international child abuse prevention program. Next, please welcome Advocate Megha R. Ahuja, Advocate at Supreme Court of India and Program Head at the World Cyber Security Forum. Next, please welcome Nupur Singhal, President of UP Anti-Sexual Harassment Council, Vidushi Kumar Mittal, President of Chandigarh Legal Awareness Council, President Anti-Sexual Harassment Council, Chandigarh, and President Delhi Anti-Sexual Harassment Council. I, on behalf of our council, would like to thank all the esteemed guests for their presence and support. Now, I would like to hand over the stage back to Devanshi to continue the event further.
Thank you so much, Prerna. Now we all are heading towards witnessing the most awaited event, the most awaited moment of today's event, the launch of the official logo of the UP State Judicial Reforms Council. And here it is. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Devanshi. Hello, everyone. I'm Aditi Agarwal, and I will be presenting the goals that our council hopes to achieve during our tenure. Our first aim is to monitor the implementation of laws affecting women on ground. Secondly, we aim to reach out to women at the village level to learn of their struggles. Thirdly, we aim to interview the members of the LGBTQ community in order to determine the efficacy of laws affecting them. Fourthly, we aim to encourage gender sensitization among the members of the judiciary. Fifthly, we aim to encourage women to speak out against injustices against them and direct them towards the right legal counseling. Sixthly, we aim to increase gender equality in the economic field. Seventhly, we aim to collaborate with the Internal Complaints Committee of colleges, universities, and organize workshops and panel discussions. And lastly, we aim to create a healthy working environment for women. Now I would like to call upon Mona Lisa, another one of our council members, to present the vision of our council. Thank you.
Thank you, Aditi. Now let's go upon the visions of our council. So our first vision is to bring out the ground realities of specific laws in India. We will spread legal awareness, which will include informing people, especially women, about their rights and remedies. We will also formulate a peer-to-peer platform help women entrepreneurship so to make them realize the potential they harbor within themselves. Based on the discussions, feedback, and observations from women entrepreneurs, they draw confidence of the capability and ability that they possess. To advocate for economic equality so as to remove the pay disparity between men and women for the same work. We will promote the contributions of women in the corporate field in order to encourage more women to participate and raise their voice to follow their dreams. We will help women to re enter the workforce. Lastly, to ensure women entrepreneurs and business women in general develop a complaint dismissal mechanism at their workplace. Now, I would like to invite Priya for further details.
Due to some issues, Priya is not able to join. My apologies. I will continue with the webinars. So these are the following webinars we are planning. Interview those women who became successful after struggling, the bias against women and underlying reasons for it, the low female literacy rate in UP and what can be done to improve it, why there is less number of women's representation in our judiciary system, empowering women entrepreneurs, business and human rights, how to link rural women with entrepreneurship and promote women empowerment, sexual harassment in workplace, women in leadership, achieving an equal future in a COVID-19 world, in entrepreneurship as the path to leadership, journey of rape victims from FIR to justice, and lastly, less diverse rape is equal to cultural values. Now I would like to call upon to tell the objectives of our council. Firstly, to spread awareness among women during research work in district survey. Also can meet or contact a different judicial person for support and helping hand towards our council. Representation of matters in front of Lok Adalats or other judicial organizations and organize relevant sessions in school.
Good evening, everyone. In order to achieve our aims and objectives, we would conduct few interviews on the topics such as how COVID affects the growth of women business, struggle of women business and their achievements, the role of public interest litigations in promoting the welfare of women, etc. Also, we would be conducting few debate competitions on topics such as marital rape, UP population control bill, subject of or how the subject of law should be included in laws school levels, morality in law, suicide, etc. Thank you. Now, to proceed, I'd like to hand over to Ayushi. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, how are we going to achieve these aims and objectives? What is the pathway for achieving it? We'll do it by doing ground level research to find out loopholes, by going through the current laws and finding ways to improve and implement them. We'll connect with people and make networks. We will improve social media platforms and make everyone aware of how to use social media, specifically women living in rural areas, and by spreading legal awareness amongst people, specifically women around us. Now, I would like to call upon Rishika for interacting with the guests.
Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, yeah, you are.
So I think Rishika is facing some network issues. So I would like to ask from Samiksha Pandey ma'am. Ma'am, what do you think about this council? Is our pathways correct to reform judicial councils? Please throw some light on this, ma'am.
Just
Ma'am, you're not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, Rishika.
Good evening, everyone. This is Rishika Sachdev, one of the council members of WICCI Wiki. Today, I'll be here to interact with our guest speakers and also the president of other councils. So, first, I would request Ma'am Harbeen Arora to throw some light on how she came up with the idea of establishing Wiki and what was her initial motive to go with this organization, and how did like it start? What was the reason behind starting it? Ma'am, please go ahead. The stage is all yours. I think
Rishika,
ma'am is
joined
not
it.
here. Yeah, I think ma'am is not here, so I would request the next in the list, ma'am Advocate Samiksha Pandey, to go ahead with not exactly the same question, but then to her, I would like to ask that how she, being a lawyer and a female lawyer, how she had to face the situations and scenarios, and how it is different for a male lawyer and a female lawyer. Like what are the major differences you face, and what are the things that especially being a female lawyer you have to face, and how to tackle them. Over to you, ma'am. Is ma'am there?
yes, I am here. Am I audible?
Yeah. Do you want me to go again?
No, I heard the question. Actually, just
Rishika, can you please mute your
yeah. So, I have gone through your presentation, and I feel the main starting point. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Very
So,
loud and very clear.
okay, thank you. So, the main starting point where you can basically start with is to divide the various offenses against women which is happening in your state, that what is the ratio, and then finding the basic ground that why this is happening. For example, if there is domestic violence, so you will see that in the state district wise maybe you can divide, and you can also try to collaborate with the lok adalat of that state, that how they are dealing with those kind of domestic cases. For example, every state has urja helpline desk, which basically support all the women who are going through domestic violence and guide them that they should go for mediation or they should go for litigation, and how they have to take a course of action. So keeping these things in mind, first your research should be very thorough, that what kind of people live in a district. For example, as right now some which any member said that they will teach how to use technology to them. Now we know up has a backward population as well, so in order to teach them you have to first see that if they have it. So because when you are working at the grassroots level, you will see that the problem starts from a, that many people won't know abcd, then many people don't know what is their rights, then if they know their rights they won't know how to use it, how to approach any government or non private organization, then how to put their point ahead, then how to fight for their right. So most of our population, and when we especially talk about up, most of the women are unaware how to do it. So I think this should be the main point, that I think there has to be a lot of legal awareness campaigns coming from school only. We have to see that that girls are being taught. For example, we see POXO is coming up. Even as girls, children are now getting harassed. So leave alone going ahead with women. So I think that at school level only we have to start teaching girls ki if someone is touching you or someone is talking to you in a certain way, and you should know that no, this is not right. Because as children, many girls cannot perceive it that what is right or wrong. It is tough for them to understand, then it is tough for them to even express it to their own family, because sometimes family supports, sometimes family don't support, and they just say that it happens and just let it go. So when we are talking about women, it happens actually, the area in which they are living it affects a lot on their empowerment, that from which part of the society they are coming up. For example, we belong to somewhere creamy layer, so it is very easy for us to speak, to stand for our rights, people will hear us. But the women who are backward, we have to teach them, we have to support them at every level so that they can take a step. Because I see we have amazing theories for women, and men also envy us that we have so many laws favoring us and everything. But the point is that on ground those laws are also not efficient enough. Many women are misusing it, but then there are many women who still don't know that those rights, those laws exist and they can use it. So we have to find a balance somewhere among the right feminism, the wrong feminism, because feminism cannot be defined as right or wrong. It has to just find a right kind of balance, that it reaches out to actual victims who are facing any offense at the right time by the right resource is what we want. So I think dividing every offense based on area wise, seeing how the people are behaving, telling women, because sometimes what happens that women are also comfortable in an environment that they are used to it, they don't even want to come out of it. So I think it will take a lot of work, and I'm very happy that this council has so many active members coming up and working it, and I'm wishing them all the best for future. And I hope that I can also contribute to it in the best possible way I can. So all the best and congratulations to ma'am for coming up with this council, and glad to be a part of this event today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. And I must say that whatever experience you have shared, that is based on your personal practice and whatever things you have faced in your life. So I would really thank you for providing us such a practical experience, because we have read all these things in the books, but then it only matters what happens in the real world. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, ma'am.
thank you.
Thank you so much for being here also.
Thank you.
Yeah. The next in the row, we have Ma'am Miss Sophia Bhamri. I would tell about her. She is empaneled as amicus curiae with the National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission of New Delhi. And also, she is empaneled as a legal aid counsel with Delhi Legal Services Authority of the West, New Delhi. Ma'am, with having such a great experience, and I think you are basically involved with moreover the corporate world. So, ma'am, how you would like tell us or basically advise us if we are trying to, or if we are wanting to go in the corporate side, what are the advices you would give us? Over to you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much. If anybody, especially a young woman like you and other women who are out here, wishes to be part of the corporate world, wishes to, make a career, or wishes to be there for a very long time. And I'm not saying just for temporary basis. If you want to be for a very long time. So there is a difference in approach. While if you wish to go for litigation, there is a different approach if you wish to go in corporate world and be there, actually be there and actually, get promoted to higher designations, which are generally reserved for men. So, if we are in law schools, I would be particularly talking about law students. So now I do not know how many of you would agree, but this is a trend which I have seen that right now it is a very exciting moment. Why? Because over the past few years we have seen there is an increase in number of female students who are pursuing law. Now pursuing law as a degree is totally different from pursuing law as a career or as a career option. So what I have seen over these past years, that female students, due to XYZ reasons, there are many reasons. Some of them are yes, thank you, President JRC. Well, some of them are self-made. Some of them are societal. We can't do much about them. We have to adjust. But around 90% of the female law students will not pursue law as a career after graduating. Now, why is that? Why is it happening? I mean, I see young women out there, stepping into litigation, doing juniorships, or stepping into corporate companies, okay, having in-house roles, in-house legal retainerships. I see that. But why is it that they are dropping after 2-3 years only? Why is it? Now, I would not say that the corporate culture or the outside culture is completely toxic. I won't say that, because somewhere or the other, the students or the young women out there are also not equipped with the correct mechanism or the correct way as to how to rise up in a particular profession. So what to do? So first of all, we need to burst this myth that once we get our degrees, then it's a short way to get a job in a corporate company or elsewhere. No, during your law school itself, if you wish to become part of corporate culture, or you wish to have a career in corporate, especially as an in-house counsel, or obviously after few years you are going to become legal managers also. There are many roles which are assigned. So how to do that? The focus should be on corporate field itself only. Then during your law school days, your focus should not deviate. It should not happen that uh, at, at at a particular moment you are working as a content creator for someone, and in another particular moment you are interning with some lawyer or in a law firm. No, then the focus should not deviate, because see, stepping into the corporate uh, sector or field is a bit more difficult. Now, why? People will say, why is that? Most of the references would work there, because it's all about generating referrals, creating referrals, knowing the right person. Now, obviously, many of us are first generation lawyers, so obviously we do not know anyone, right? It's not possible to know. It's not possible to have those sort of connections. So the only way left to us is to actually focus during our law school days itself. Please speak to your seniors, speak to your teachers, always be in contact with them even after graduating and having your law degrees. Never break contacts, never burn those bridges, and a particular sort of seriousness is also required. Now, what happens is there is a big human cry, right? That the culture becomes very toxic. Many incidents of sexual harassment have been reported in corporate field and elsewhere also. It's not as if that field is only fraught with such incidents. It is happening everywhere. But then, rather than quitting, right, and rather than creating a negativity for yourself, we must be aware as to what needs to be done. We should be aware, right? And that needs to be dealt in a very calm manner. I mean, being very jumpy or being very hyper does not help anyone. And the demand of a corporate culture is that many a times they'll make you sit till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. also. I mean, they are target oriented. If a particular target is given to a certain person, so that person must complete that target. So now what to do? Obviously, if you want to go in that sector, you must be aware that there may be times that you would be told to sit till 8 hours also. Because see, talking about discrimination, talking about this fact that men are preferred over women, okay, and it's not that it's happening in litigation, it's happening in corporate also. So let's not give them a chance to make them that to make this preference, right? The sort of quality, the sort of work which a man or a young man is delivering, or a young law graduate, male graduate is delivering, uh, the same quality must be delivered by us also then, right? But we must be aware that it's a grind. It's a grind out there. So people who wish to, really pursue, and my suggestion is, first of all, please try to understand what corporate means actually. I mean, corporate itself has so many subdivisions that we get confused many a times. So try to understand the role which a lawyer will be getting. Yeah, thank you, Shivangi. Hi. So, so please first try to understand what sort of a role is it, and then what should you prioritize. I mean, initial few years you need to give it all to this profession. Please, people might say otherwise, that work life balance, but in our profession, there is no such thing as work life balance in initial years. It will not happen. So, this is one of the reason why many of the young women quit, right? Because family issues come up, family expectations come up. But then it's up to you. And don't just quit. I mean, I see that still we see that the male female ratio in any legal sector, please, let's take litigation, it's very much apparent. On the face of it we can see the low ratio. Even in corporate also, it's more or less same. I do not say that 90% are females, 10% are men. No, that's not happening. So please prepare yourself, you know for the reality, for the actual reality which is there. While we are in law schools, unfortunately, we are not told about these things. We are not prepared. We are not mentally prepared. So after taking a degree, it becomes quite overwhelming. अचानक से ऐसे लगता है ये क्या हो गया, ये कहाँ आ गए, ये तो हमसे होगा ही नहीं. I mean, it's very demanding. This profession is very demanding. What to do? Law school was totally different. The real life is totally different. That is the tragedy which people are facing right now. Even we also faced. It's not as if we did not face, but we are here, and I want more young women to step up, to come, to join this profession. पर वो कैसे होगा, वो कैसे होगा? वो पहले तो खुद को मेंटली स्ट्रांग बनाने से होगा. पहले तो खुद को ऐसा प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा कि कुछ भी आएगा, आई वुड बी रेडी टू डू इट. कम व्हाट मे, आई विल स्टे हियर. I will not leave that easily. Yes. because women are leaving this profession. And then, making a hue and cry that the ratio is so skewed. We don't see many women. We see less women in courts. We see less women in, other legal roles. पहले तो खुद से शुरू भी तो करना पड़ेगा. Yes. So, hobby, it depends, right? I mean, then why to give in to societal pressures? Yes, it is considered as a hobby, but things are changing, and I think the step needs to be taken by you only, right? Because you would be the harbinger of change. I mean, thinking that somebody else is going to do that for you, it's not going to happen. And when one person is taking a step and one woman, progresses, then she becomes an example for others. That's all we must aspire. Yes, so Samiksha, madam is saying that, marriage and family priorities are given much more importance in society rather than career. Yes, madam, that's the truth, and that is why till now I'm also unmarried. I have not married because then the career takes a backseat. Obviously, if you find a wrong man, if you don't get a right man, then it will take a backseat because our societal structure is like that. But still, what I'm saying, what I'm stressing upon is don't just leave this profession after 2-3 years only. Because things really start looking up after you invest 3 or 4 years into this profession, especially for a first generation lawyer. And I think now there is no such difference between first and second generation because there is so much saturation out here. Every third person is a law graduate. I mean, there are many law graduates who are getting enrolled, right? So the competition is all time high. But don't just leave this profession because I think nothing is better than this profession, especially for a woman, because you can freelance also. And even in corporate, you can freelance. I mean, in so many areas, there is IPR, uh, then there is corporate law also, Company Act compliances. I mean, they do look out for freelancers. But for that, you must have that skill, right? To pitch yourself in front of someone else, at least you need to first show that you have that skill. क्योंकि बोलने से क्या होता है कि हम फ्रीलांस कर लेंगे, ये हो जाएगा वो हो जाएगा, बट हमें आना भी तो चाहिए कुछ, है ना? I mean, we should actually know what sort of work is in demand, what sort of work is actually taking place in market. Now, you pointed out that what should we do to get into corporate sector and stay there. And the work culture in corporate sector becomes often becomes toxic क्योंकि वो 4-5 लोगों में ही ना पॉलिटिक्स हो जाती है बहुत ज्यादा. That is the legal team which they are having. The core legal team will always be of 4 to 5 people. The core. I'm not talking about paralegals or other staff which is helping or aiding the core legal team. So even in that situation, you need to have a calm mindset. We should not react, right? Because see, there the aim is to force you to resign yourself. बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती है आदमियों को, खासकर औरत हमसे आगे कैसे बढ़ गई होता है. ये शायद दिखेगा नहीं, बट आई थिंक sometimes you may feel that after getting into this profession, ये कैसे आगे चली गई, ये आगे कैसे बढ़ गई है, ये प्रोग्रेस कैसे कर रही है ना? अच्छा, now the second point is, I mean, it's a very personal observation which I have made. We as women, instead of making a very strong female oriented group, we tend to, instead of being supportive, we tend to get critical of other women. Generally, I'm not saying all will do that, but generally. Okay, so पूरा नहीं saying नहीं मैम मेरी कोई मेल ईगो नहीं है, ऐसे नहीं होता. Yes, dear, this is something which I have observed. Obviously, you might have observed something totally different. So, that is where वहीं पे हम मार खा जाते हैं. हम औरतें मार खाती हैं वहीं पे. Men, what they do? They will fight also. Next day, they will sit also together. But what we do? We make enemies. Lifelong enemies. बात नहीं करनी तो नहीं करनी. होता है क्या होता है, हमने भी किया है. इसमें क्या है, किया तो किया है, अब रियलाइज होता है गलत किया है. होता है ये तो. दिस इज ट्रू. सो दिस दिस थिंग, जो ये हमारा माइंडसेट है ना, ये औरत की औरत ही दुश्मन होती है, ये हमें ही बदलना पड़ेगा. बिकॉज इसका फायदा कोई और उठा के लेके जाता है हर वक्त. एंड लेट्स नॉट गिव देम अ चांस. Yes, let's not give them a chance, because I rarely see a woman supporting other women. I seldom see a very strong group of women, a very strong group of career oriented women, who are mentoring other young women or juniors as to how to actually be here. Because see, there are two facets. The main facet is developing your mental capacity. Second is developing your practical skills and knowledge. तो practical skill और knowledge तो आ ही जाता है, बट जब आप यहाँ से अंदर से मजबूत नहीं होंगे ना, तो लोग आपको तोड़ने के लिए खड़े होंगे हमेशा. Now I might sound very critical and negative, but this is how the world is, and I think it's my duty कि पहले ही सब बता दिया जाए तो बहुत अच्छा होता है. बाद में क्योंकि खुद धीरे धीरे जब तक पता चलता है, it becomes very late, and then we get frustrated and we don't want to be here then. That it's taking a toll on our mental health as well as our physical health. Then so it's better to be prepared at a very early stage and mentally. I mean, and please, dear girls and madams and academicians out here, professionals out here, professionals, they know how to deal with such situations. And young girls out there, please do not take a mental toll. Please do not react in a very abrupt manner. Never ever react. It does not help you. It will never help anyone. Try to observe and learn. Please understand that it is a tough world out there. Nothing is a cakewalk. You have to earn it yourself. But the glory would be all yours if you are willing to stay here for a longer period, longer than 3 to 4 years. Don't just give up. All right. Now people are going to say, ma'am, pressure आता है, family का pressure आता है. जैसे ही once we start hitting 27 years or 28 years, families start expecting us to get married. It's natural. It's okay. So but even after marriage, don't just leave your profession. You can freelance anytime. Even in corporate sector, there are many freelancing roles. But once again, for that, you need to have the skill. And you need to identify that with what skill set are you comfortable with. I mean, I may be comfortable with, IPR, but I do not know Company Act compliance or the other secretarial work. Okay. So I know that this is my strong point, this is my weakness. Similarly, likewise, even the people out here, they must also know after 1 or 2 years into profession that this is my weak point, this is my strong point. इसके बारे में मुझे आता है, मैं काम कर लूंगा, ये मुझे इतना नहीं आता है, इसको मुझे सीखना है. but please be mentally prepared. Now it's a very, it's a out of context suggestion, but we as women, sometimes हम लड़कियां बोलती हैं यार ज्यादा नहीं खाना चाहिए ना, मोटे हो जाएंगे, थोड़ा थोड़ा खाओ पोषण। तो यहाँ पे इस प्रोफेशन में क्या है, मेंटल कैपेसिटी तो चाहिए ही चाहिए, फिजिकल कैपेसिटी बहुत ज्यादा चाहिए। So please eat well, don't diet or don't cut on nutritious food. Please take care, because if overall you are healthy, then you can overcome anything. I'll tell you, I see many of freshers who are entering into this profession. जरा सा चलते हैं, चक्कर आ जाता है उनको, बैठ जाते हैं। सीनियर्स पूरे पूरे दिन खड़े रहेंगे, जूनियर्स हु आर हाफ देयर एज, वो चक्कर आ जाता है उनको चलने में। ऐसा क्यों? Right? So develop that capacity, because see, your competition is not with your fellow fresher or with the fellow law graduate. Your competition is with the seniors, right? Because there are other people in the market who are there to do your work. So I always tell my interns especially, आपका competition ना 5 साल वाले experience के साथ है, fresher तो भूल जाओ आप। So always prepare yourself in such a way, and it's easy. It's not that difficult. Also, it's just about focus, and it's just about making or resolving that yes, I really want to be in this profession. Yes, I will earn money from this profession. I'll be in this profession, and I'll make a place for myself. And it's not that difficult. It's all about making a resolve. And I think one of the thing which one woman can do for another woman is, हम आपको टिप्स और सजेशंस दे सकते हैं, आपको सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं और आपको बता सकते हैं, एंड वी कैन एनकरेज यू, बट द रोड इज योर्स। चलना आपको पड़ेगा उस पे। मेंटरशिप, गाइडेंस विल ऑलवेज बी गिवन टू अ पर्सन who shows that you want to be here. खुद देंगे लोग आपको, आप देखना। It's not about a woman supporting a woman. Men also support women. Seniors, male seniors, they also do support. It's not as if सब एक जैसे नहीं होते. Good and bad both will exist in equal amount. ऐसा लगता है मुझे। बहुत बुरे लोग भी होते हैं, बहुत अच्छे लोग भी होते हैं। और एक और चीज, it's good अगर बुरे लोग आपको जल्दी मिल जाते हैं, then you can appreciate the goodness in others, then you can actually differentiate, and it makes you stronger. I mean, if you are in a comfort level, if you are comfortable कि कभी कुछ करना ही नहीं पड़ा, कोई struggle भी नहीं किया, that is very bad for career, because there is no growth. I mean, if there is no struggle, if there is no challenge, there is no growth. Automatically there is no growth. Stagnancy comes up. So don't be stagnant. Don't be static. Be open to ideas. Try to listen more when we are freshers, when we are just starting, be it corporate or be it any other field. We must listen more. Our opinion or viewpoint should not matter that much. We should become a sponge. We should try to absorb everything. Then after we achieve a particular skill set, a particular, जब आप कह सकते हैं कि हाँ भाई मैं तो आपके जैसा ही काम कर सकती हूँ, तब आप बोलिए, तब आपकी सुनी भी जाएगी, right? So I think in nutshell, these were the suggestions and the tips. These are very ground level suggestions, which I guess sometimes we fail to mention. Sometimes we just don't pay attention to. But it is a tough field. But As I said, there is growth, but challenge yourself. Face the challenge, face the situation as it is. फेस कीजिए, भागिए मत सिचुएशन से. घर में भी कोई सिचुएशन होती है. If many there was my intern, I mean, she got married in the 4th year itself. Well, that was a personal choice. However, don't just jump into marriage just after graduating. Do some work. You've put so much effort. You all have putting so much effort in your law degrees. 5 years, 6 years, right? One after graduation is 3 plus 3, 6. Don't just lay it to waste. Make use of it. अरे पैसे कमाइए आप, सीखिए, एथिकल तरीके से काम कीजिए, earn that money, earn which is for you. Yes, so Puran is saying trust ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए. But be here, and that road you have to walk alone. I mean, people may give suggestions, people may guide, but the road is all yours to walk. And it is a hard road. But then life is hard, right? Everything is hard. I mean, breathing is also hard. Right? If you think in that manner. I mean, in my age, breathing becomes hard. So, पूरे शरीर में दर्द होने लग जाता है एक टाइम के बाद. But we have no other option. So be here. Make yourself strong physically, mentally, professionally also. Have a particular skill set. If you wish to go in corporate, please focus on corporate. Then don't go here and there. No point in running like a headless chicken. Let's do that internship also. Let's apply for that position also. Let's go into that also. Then the focus, then person gets disoriented, which is not good for a person who wishes to have a career in corporate field. All right. So, Rishika, any more questions? Thank you, Shivangi.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for enlightening us and basically
Okay,
telling
I'll
us
be
how.
interrupting. Just give me a second. I want to say one more thing. एक और मेरे
Yes.
दिमाग में ना चीज आ गई, तो मैं बता ही देती हूँ अब. ये क्या होता है, देखिए, जब आप लॉ स्कूल में है ना, गर्ल्स और बॉयज एंड थर्ड सेक्स ऑल्सो, LGBT, please make a group. Don't just leave that group that we have now graduated. अभी क्या मतलब एक दूसरे से, प्लीज ऐसे नहीं करते. Don't burn bridges. It's a very immature way. Girls especially, अपना प्लीज एक ग्रुप बनाइए, एक दूसरे को लिफ्ट कीजिए. उठाना, एक दूसरे को उठाना बहुत जरूरी है लाइफ में. गिराना तो सभी करते हैं, मतलब गिराने में what is so great about pulling other person down, right? Be good to each other even if the person is not good to you, because it is his problem. No, he or she is horrible to you, but you can be good. No, you can be kind. Don't spoil your personality due to anyone else, and then see the change. Goodness attracts goodness. This is the rule, this will be the rule, and sooner or later you will reap benefits. Yes, sorry Rishika. Yes dear. Yes.
No, ma'am, it's all right. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
you tell now.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Sophia ma'am, for enlightening us and also telling us the real notions of life. Like we shouldn't be stick to our comfort zone and we should like get up and start working and work harder because our competition is not with the people who are with us, but with the people who are already ahead of us. So next, I would like to call upon Meenu Padha ma'am, who's a lawyer and president Jammu and Kashmir National Child and Women Development Council. Ma'am, since you're the president of this council, which says National Child and Women Development Council of Jammu and Kashmir, ma'am, would you enlighten us how we like WICCI or Wiki as a council could also inculcate women and child rights together so that we could bring upon some reforms. And ma'am, also I would like you to throw light on your program, which is Masti Ki Pathshala, which is a school for underprivileged children. So ma'am, how what was your idea behind this Masti Ki Pathshala, and ma'am, how would you think that this would contribute in the society? Over to you, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible? Please let me know.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
First of
Can
all,
you hear
thank
you?
you so much. Sure. Am I visible now?
Yeah, you're audible and visible.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So first of all, thank you so much. मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है कि you have invited me in the UP State Judicial Reform Council. These kind of program are really, enlightening. So ये बहुत ही अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है. सबसे पहले तो मैं आपको सबको, is that okay if I talk in Hindi or is it mandatory to speak in English? Please let me know. I think हिंदी में जो इंसान कनेक्ट कर पाता है, that वो possible नहीं है in English. Please let me know.
Yes, ma'am. You can continue in Hindi. English will also work.
Okay, perfect. तो हिंदी हमारी मातृभाषा है, तो उसी में कनेक्ट कर पा रहे हैं हम लोग जितना अच्छे से, तो दैट वुड बी बेटर. अभी मैं सोफिया मैम का सुन रही थी कि व्हाट शी वाज सेइंग. आई थिंक उन्होंने हर चीज जो है बहुत क्लियरली बता दी है. उन्होंने इस फील्ड के बारे में इतना बारीकी बताया है कि उनकी हर एक बात जो है, आई वुड से बीइंग एन एडवोकेट, मैं समझ पा रही थी कि उन्होंने हर एक चीज इतने डिटेल में बता दी है कि मुझे अभी समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि मैं क्या मतलब शेयर करूं. बट यस, बीइंग एन एडवोकेट इन जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, आई वुड से सम कुछ इस चीजों में जो सबसे पहले मुझे ये क्या मैं जान सकती हूँ, यहाँ पर लॉ स्टूडेंट्स बैठे हैं ज्यादातर?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके. सो इस प्रोफेशन में आने के लिए जो मैम ने कहा कि ईट वेल एंड आपको बहुत भागना है, मेंटली आपको प्रेशर है, दैट इज वो तो है ही है, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ आपको जो फिजिकल प्रेशर रहता है, आपको फिजिकली आपको कभी इस कोर्ट में जाना है, कभी उस कोर्ट में जाना है, कभी आपको आपको फाइल्स कैरी करनी है, आपको अपने इंटर्न्स को संभालना है, आपको अपने जूनियर्स को संभालना है, देन आपको एवरीथिंग आपको आर्ग्यू करना है. तो उसके लिए आपको ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि लड़कियां बाकी प्रोफेशन से अगर मैं कंपेयर करूँ तो मुझे लगता है कि लीगल प्रोफेशन में आप सिर्फ मेंटली आप मेंटली अगर परफेक्ट हैं तो उससे काम नहीं चलेगा. यू हैव टू बी फिजिकली फिट, बिकॉज आपको बहुत ज्यादा फिजिकल आपको वर्क करना पड़ता है. आपको चेम्बर कभी आना पड़ता है बीच में ही, क्योंकि मैम ने इतने बारीकी से बहुत सारी डिटेल्स बता दी हैं कि अभी मेरे पास कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट एक्चुअली कुछ बचा नहीं है, बट फिर भी आई विल से विमेन नेशनल चाइल्ड एंड विमेन डेवलपमेंट. सबसे पहले मैं थोड़ा सा अपना इंट्रोडक्शन दे देती हूँ. मेरा नाम एडवोकेट मीनू है एंड मैं जम्मू कश्मीर बेस्ड लॉयर हूँ. जे हाई कोर्ट में प्रैक्टिस करती हूँ. एंड इसके साथ साथ मेरी यहाँ पर एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चलती है, दैट इज हड़ताल फॉर हार्मनी. ये हड़ताल फॉर हार्मनी जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, ये ह्यूमन राइट बेस्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है. इसमें हमारा जो है लिटिगेशन के रिगार्डिंग रहता है एंड जो भी ह्यूमन राइट क्योंकि आप देखेंगे कि जेएनके में एज कम्पेयर अदर स्टेट्स, यहाँ पे ह्यूमन राइट वायलेशन वी विल कंसीडर की ज्यादा होती है, दैट वी कांट डिनाई. तो उसके पर्पज यही है, इसमें वुमेन इश्यूज रहते हैं, चाइल्ड इश्यूज रहते हैं. अगर मैं नेशनल चाइल्ड एंड वुमेन डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल की बात करूँ तो उन्होंने मुझे जेएनके में एज अ प्रेसिडेंट अपॉइंट किया है. इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ अगर आप कोलैबोरेशन की बात कर रहे थे किसी प्रोग्राम में, यहाँ किसी तरह से इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को मिलके कुछ कर सकते हैं. सबसे पहले तो जो आपने ये जो काउंसिल फ्रेम किया है, दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, बहुत जरूरी है. देखिए, नेशनल चाइल्ड एंड वुमेन डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल जम्मू कश्मीर में मैं वर्क करने की बात करूँ तो सबसे पहले तो यहाँ पे जो भी चाइल्ड राइट से इश्यूज, चाइल्ड राइट के रिगार्डिंग जो मैटर होते हैं, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वुमेन की अगर मैं बात करूँ देखिए वुमेन जो होता है, वुमेन होती है तो दे आर द मोस्ट वल्नरेबल सेक्शन ऑफ सोसाइटी। इफ आई से कि बच्चे की बात करें या औरत की बात करें, राइट। एंड आप देखेंगे कि महिलाएं जो होती है असल में जिनको राइट्स पता होने चाहिए उनको अपने राइट्स के बारे में नहीं पता होता है। अगर आप जम्मू कश्मीर में आएंगे या फिर किसी भी आप फार फ्लंग कोई ऐसी स्टेट देख ले, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटीज लाइक दिल्ली एंड मुंबई एंड ऑल दैट, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दोज स्टेट्स, दोज यूटीज, दोज एरियाज जहाँ पे वुमेन को एक्चुअली उनके राइट्स के बारे में अवेयरनेस नहीं है। तो इट इज वेरी मैंडेटरी। सबसे पहले मैं हमेशा हर एक प्रोग्राम में या किसी भी प्रोग्राम में मैं जाती हूँ तो मैं हमेशा कंसिडर करती हूँ कि अवेयरनेस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। जब तक देखिए आप अपने राइट्स के बारे में अवेयर ही नहीं होंगे तो आप कैसे आगे प्रोसीड कर पाएंगे। हमारा सबसे ज्यादा जो मेन फोकस रहता है दैट इज रिगार्डिंग अवेयरनेस, ऑफ कोर्स लीगल राइट्स अवेयरनेस की पहले महिलाओं को पता चले कि उनके राइट्स क्या है। देखिए जैसे हम बात करते हैं कि राइट्स की अगर मैं बात करूं तो लॉज बहुत है, वी कैन नॉट डिनाई, वी हैव पॉक्सो, वी हैव पॉश एक्ट, वी हैव क्रिमिनल लॉ अमेंडमेंट एक्ट में इतने सारे अमेंडमेंट्स हुई हैं जो वुमेन के लिए बहुत फेवरेबल है, वी कैन नॉट डिनाई दैट। बट अल्टीमेटली उन लॉज का हम क्या करेंगे जब तक वो उन वुमेन को पता ही नहीं है। मैं एक अपना ही एक किस्सा शेयर करना चाहूंगी। मैं यहाँ पे कुछ फारफलंग एरिया है जम्मू कश्मीर के, वहां पर जाती रहती हूँ टू मेक पीपल अवेयर। हमारा टीम जो है वो फारफलंग एरिया में जाती है तो हमारा मेन मोटिव जो होता है कि उनको लीगल राइट्स बताना। सॉरी, सो हमारा मेन मोटिव होता है लीगल राइट्स जो है उन महिलाओं को बताना। एंड व्हेन आई से कि एक डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस एक्ट है जिसके बारे में हम सब जानते हैं। डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस एक्चुअली अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग पीस ऑफ लेजिस्लेशन, राइट। अब डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस एक्ट की अगर हम बात करें तो महिलाओं को अगर मैं बड़े शहरों में बोलूँ तो नो डाउट डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस दे आर अवेयर कि हाँ डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस एक्ट है, वी कैन फाइल अ सूट, हम कहाँ कंप्लेन जाके कर सकते हैं, कैसे क्रिमिनल अगर कंप्लेन करनी हमने 498 डेज में तो हम कैसे करें, तो उनको तो पता है। बट अगर आप गांव में या पिछड़े देहाती इलाकों में आओगे तो आपको लगेगा कि यहाँ पे डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस मतलब महिलाओं को कोई आइडिया नहीं है कि व्हाट इज डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस। दे ऑलवेज कंसीडर कि नहीं फिजिकल अब्यूज होगा तो डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस होगा, वो हमेशा से अब्यूज मानती है फिजिकल वायलेंस को। एक लीगल अवेयरनेस कैंप की मैं किस्सा शेयर करना चाहूंगी। वहां पर मैंने एक महिला से पूछा, मतलब बहुत सारी महिलाएं थी एंड शी दे सेड कि इनका जो घर में सास ससुर है, पति है जिनका, वो इनको मारता है। तो मैंने उनसे खुद जाके पूछा कि आप कंप्लेन क्यों नहीं बता रही है या आप हमें बताएं क्या करते हैं आपके साथ, अगर ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम है तो आप शिकायत कर सकती हैं, कैसे कैसे कर सकती हैं वो हम बता देंगे आपको। तो शी सेड कि नहीं मैडम अब पति नहीं मारेगा तो कौन मारेगा। मतलब उस दैट टाइम आई रियलाइज कि ये जो माइंडसेट महिलाओं में भी है। मतलब हम इतनी सारी स्कीम्स गवर्नमेंट चलाती है, इतनी सारी महिलाओं के लिए, बच्चों के लिए इतनी स्कीम्स है, इतनी सारी लॉज हैं हमारे, फिर भी क्या प्रॉब्लम है कि लास्ट तक जो महिलाएं हैं वो उनको नहीं पता है कि लॉ एक्चुअली उनके लिए बने हैं, क्या उन लॉ में कहाँ पर जाके कंप्लेन करें, कैसे वो आगे प्रोसीड करें। राइट टू फ्री लीगल एड है हमारे पास, हर एक महिला को फ्री वकील मिल सकता है अगर वो उसके पास वो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकती है वकील, लेकिन उसको नहीं पता है, उसको हमेशा यही माइंडसेट है कि नहीं वकीलों पे खर्चा कैसे करेंगे हम। मतलब इस तरह का माइंडसेट जो है ये महिलाओं के अंदर है। अब दूसरी बात मैं कहूँ तो अगर बच्चों का कहूँ, राइट टू एजुकेशन हमारे पास फंडामेंटल राइट है, ये हम सब जानते हैं कि फंडामेंटल राइट हमारे पास राइट। आज ही मेरे ख्याल में एनसीआरबी का कल या आज में डेटा रिलीज हुआ है, उसमें भी इतने सारे स्टार्टलिंग फैक्ट्स देखने को मिले हैं। तो ये तो रिपोर्टेड जो केसेस हैं उनकी बात हम कर रहे हैं। अब उन केसेस का क्या जो रिपोर्ट ही नहीं किए जाते, क्योंकि इंडिया में रिपोर्टेड केसेस नो डाउट जो है वो तो डेटा में आ जाते हैं, वो तो स्टैटिस्टिक्स मतलब हमें शो कर देता है, लेकिन जो केसेस रिपोर्टेड ही नहीं रहते हैं और मोस्टली केस रिपोर्ट नहीं किए जाते हैं, रीजन में बहुत सारे हो सकते हैं। तो ज्यादातर गाँव में यही रहता है कि नहीं इस लड़की की पूरी लाइफ बर्बाद हो जाएगी अगर ऐसे कुछ हुआ तो मैं यही बोलूंगी कि अल्टीमेटली अवेयरनेस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। हर लड़की को उसके राइट्स पता होने चाहिए। हमारा पॉश एक्ट इतना स्ट्रांग है, वर्क प्लेस जो सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट एक्ट है, अब हर जहाँ 10 लोग हैं या 10 से ज्यादा लोग हैं वहां पे एक आईसीसी कमेटी फॉर्म करनी चाहिए, लेकिन हर एक वर्क प्लेस में आईसीसी कमेटी नहीं होती है। अब ये कौन बोलेगा? अगर अवेयर ही नहीं होंगे तो फिर वो कैसे इनिशिएट, लॉ इम्प्लीमेंट कैसे होंगे? वो लॉ कागज में ही रह जाएंगे। तो हमारा जो मेन मकसद है, जो मेन मुद्दा है, वो लॉ नए नए फ्रेम करवा के कोई फायदा नहीं होगा, नए नए लॉ बना के क्या फायदा होगा, क्योंकि वी हैव सो मेनी स्ट्रॉन्ग पीस ऑफ लेजिस्लेशन फॉर वुमेन। पॉक्सो जो है, पॉक्सो अगर हम बात करें, पॉक्सो इज सच अ स्ट्रॉन्ग पीस ऑफ लेजिस्लेशन। एक बार अगर किसी इंसान पे पॉक्सो लग गया तो वी कैन नॉट डिनाई कि वो इंसान बेल आउट हो पाएगा, क्योंकि इट्स सच अ स्ट्रॉन्ग पीस ऑफ। फिर भी आज चाइल्ड सेक्सुअल अब्यूज बहुत है। आप देखेंगे चाइल्ड सेक्सुअल अब्यूज आज भी होता है, लड़कियों के साथ भी होता है, लड़कों के साथ भी होता है। लड़कियां बहुत सारे केसेस में चाइल्ड सेक्सुअल अब्यूज रिपोर्ट ही नहीं किया जाता है, क्योंकि उनको यही माइंडसेट होता है दिमाग में कि नहीं केस होगा, कोर्ट में जाएंगे, बेइज्जती होगी, सोसाइटी क्या कहेगी, कैसे करेंगे सब कुछ एंड ऑल दैट। पॉक्सो में ट्रायल जो है विद इन मतलब 60 डेज देयर इज सम पीरियड जिसमें आपको पॉक्सो ट्रायल खत्म होता है। अगर ये चीजें एक बड़ी, मैं कोई वो नहीं लीगल टेक्निकलिटीज की बात नहीं कर रही हूँ कि हर एक चीज महिला को या हर एक चीज की अवेयरनेस होनी चाहिए, एवरी लीगल थिंग, लेकिन हाँ जितनी अवेयरनेस रिक्वायर्ड है आई थिंक उतनी होनी चाहिए। एक महिला को पता होना चाहिए कि इमोशनल अब्यूज इज ऑल्सो एन अब्यूज अंडर डीवी एक्ट। डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस में अगर आपके साथ कोई इमोशनल अब्यूज कर रहा है, आपको 4 लोगों के सामने बेइज्जत किया जा रहा है, आपका पति या आपके घर वाले आपको बेइज्जत किए जा रहे हैं, आप उसको कब तक उस हरासमेंट को सहेंगे? और मैं हमेशा, मेरा यही होता है कि फिजिकल अब्यूज से इमोशनल अब्यूज ज्यादा डेंजरस होता है, क्योंकि वो आपको लाइफ लॉन्ग जो है एक ट्रॉमा दे देता है। रेप की अगर मैं बात करूँ, रेप एक इतना हीनियस क्राइम है, लेकिन फिर भी रेप के केसेस में भी ज्यादातर रेप अनरिपोर्टेड रह जाते हैं। और हम, हाँ, एक दूसरी साइड अगर मैं दूसरा पहलू देखूं तो वी कैन नॉट डिनाई कि मिसयूज भी बहुत हो रहा है लॉ का, राइट? मिसयूज बहुत होता है लॉ का, लेकिन मेन थिंग है कि मिसयूज हम कुछ पर्टिकुलर केसेस जो जहां पर महिलाएं मिसयूज करती हैं, हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि उन मिसयूज करने वाली महिलाओं से हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि अल्टीमेटली क्राइम नहीं हो रहा है विमेन के अगेंस्ट। ये सारे डेटा जो शेयर होते हैं, स्टैटिस्टिक्स जो भी फैक्ट्स आते हैं, ये सामने बोलते हैं और ये रिपोर्टेड डेटा बताते हैं। जो अनरिपोर्टेड है उसके बारे में हम क्या, तो अल्टीमेटली मुझे ये है कि मेरे ख्याल में मुझे सबसे ज्यादा जो लगता है दैट इज अवेयरनेस पार्ट, क्योंकि मेरे ख्याल में लॉ इतने हैं ना कि अब एक लॉ की भी जरूरत नहीं है। आपके पास वर्क प्लेस सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट के लिए लॉ है, आपके पास डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस के लिए लॉ है, आपके पास मेंटेनेंस के लिए लॉ है, आपके पास क्रूएलिटी के लिए लॉ है, आपके पास जो सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट केसेस, रेप जैसे केसेस के लिए लॉ है। अगर 18 से बिलो है बच्चा बच्ची तो उसके लिए आपके पास इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग पीस ऑफ लेजिस्लेशन, SC ST लॉ है आपके पास दलित महिलाओं के लिए। लेकिन उन लॉज का, वो लॉज का सिर्फ पढ़े लिखे बच्चों, जो बच्चियां बैठी हैं या जो भी, जो लॉज सिर्फ उन्हीं लोगों को पता चलेगा जिनको लॉ स्टूडेंट है या फिर जो पढ़े लिखे हैं, अच्छी अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटीज में बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं। उन लॉ का क्या करेंगे? जिनके लिए ये लॉज बने हुए हैं वो तो महिलाएं, जिनके साथ असल में ये क्राइम होते हैं मोस्टली। गाँव में अगर आप जाएंगे, फासलंग एरिया में, ऐसा नहीं है कि वहाँ क्राइम नहीं होते, वहाँ बहुत क्राइम होता है। आई एम फ्रॉम डिस्ट्रिक्ट उधमपुर ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर। अगर मैं अपने ही डिस्ट्रिक्ट की बात करूँ तो क्रिमिनल मैटर है, इतना क्राइम है, क्राइम होता है। वही क्राइम आपको क्या लगता है कि JNK में नहीं होता है या किसी भी और स्टेट में? ये नहीं कह रही हूँ कि आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट कि नहीं, क्राइम इज अ क्राइम, चाहे दिल्ली में होगा या बम्बई में होगा या जम्मू कश्मीर में होगा। लेकिन मेरा ये मानना है कि क्राइम, दिल्ली का क्राइम जो है वो हमेशा हेडलाइन बन जाता है, लेकिन वही क्राइम अगर जम्मू कश्मीर में होगा या किसी भी हिमाचल में होगा या किसी छोटे शहर में होगा तो मुझे नहीं लगता वो क्राइम रिपोर्ट भी होता होगा, क्योंकि वहां की महिलाएं अवेयर नहीं है। वहां पर कोई NGO नहीं आएगी सपोर्ट में, वहां पर कोई भी मीडिया वाले या फिर वो कुछ भी चीज, कोई लॉयर उनको हेल्प करने नहीं आएगा। तो असल में मेरे ख्याल में महिलाओं को इतना बेसिक लीगल नॉलेज होना चाहिए कि उनको इतना पता हो कि वेयर टू रिपोर्ट। अगर उनके साथ कुछ गलत हुआ है तो वो कहाँ जाएं, या उनके जो घर वाले हैं, जो उनके माता पिता है, पेरेंट्स हैं, वो उन्हें पता हो कि एटलीस्ट अगर हमारी बच्ची के साथ या हमारे घर में कोई कुछ हो रहा है, गलत हो रहा है, तो कहाँ रिपोर्ट करें। एक महिला को ये पता होना चाहिए कि फिजिकल अब्यूज पति मारेगा या घर वाले मारेंगे, उसी टाइम हम रिपोर्ट नहीं करेंगे। उस महिला को पता होना चाहिए अगर उसे फाइनेंशियली उसका पति का ये पति का उसकी ड्यूटी है कि वो उस महिला को मेंटेन करे। अगर वो ऐसा उसको अपनी वाइफ को मेंटेन नहीं कर पा रहा है और वो महिला जो है वो वाइफ जो है उसकी वो अपने आप को मेंटेन नहीं कर पा रही, वो कैसे चलाएगी बच्चों को, खुद अपने आप को कैसे चलाएगी। अब उसको ये तो पता नहीं है, अब वो मेंटेन नहीं कर रहा है, लेकिन उसको ये पता नहीं है कि मैं मेंटेनेंस कैसे करूं। मेंटेनेंस में 125 सीआरपीसी आप इजीली एक एप्लीकेशन लगा के बिफोर जुडिशियल मैजिस्ट्रेट फर्स्ट क्लास आप मेंटेनेंस लगा सकते हैं, आप डीवी में मेंटेनेंस मांग सकते हैं, आप हिंदू मैरिज एंड अडॉप्शन में मेंटेनेंस मांग सकते हैं। बहुत सारे रास्ते हैं, बट ये रास्ते बताना इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। अल्टीमेटली मैं यही बोलूंगी कि मुझे लगता है कि इस तरह के इनिशिएटिव होने चाहिए ग्राउंड लेवल पे, इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। आई अंडरस्टैंड करो कोविड की सिचुएशन है एंड इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल कि हर एक जगह जाके कैंप ऑर्गेनाइज करना, बट मेरे ख्याल में जो भी आप अपने लेवल पे कर सकते हैं, लाइक मैं अपना एक इनिशिएटिव छोटा सा आप लोगों के साथ शेयर करना चाहूंगी। आई along with my brother, we are running a मस्ती की पाठशाला स्कूल here in जम्मू। मस्ती की पाठशाला स्कूल जो है, वी नो कि राइट टू एजुकेशन इज अ फंडामेंटल राइट, बट अगर आप डेटा देखेंगे तो देयर आर सो मेनी चिल्ड्रन हु आर आउट ऑफ स्कूल टिल डेट। अभी भी सारे बच्चे स्कूल में नहीं है, तो वही जो आउट ऑफ स्कूल चिल्ड्रन है, जो बच्चे चाइल्ड लेबर में इन्वॉल्व हैं, जो बच्चे रैग पिकिंग करते हैं, आप देखेंगे रास्ते में बच्चे भीख मांग रहे हैं, उन बच्चों को शाम को 3 से 5 हम लोग क्लासेस देते हैं। एंड ये टू बी ऑनेस्ट में अगर अपना ये बताऊं आप लोगों को, अगर शेयर करूं कि मैंने जब 2018 में ये मस्ती की पाठशाला स्टार्ट की, तो एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज था इनके पेरेंट्स को कन्विंस करना। दे ऑलवेज कंसीडर कि मैडम ये काम करते हैं तो शाम को कुछ लाते भी हैं, पढ़ के क्या लाएंगे। तो मैं इनको फॉर्मल स्कूल में तो एडमिट नहीं कर पा पाई, बट सम हाउ वी मैनेज किया। मैनेज की 3 to 5 जो है, हम इनको अगर बुलाए तो तुम लोग सुबह करवाओ उससे काम, जो लेना है अपने दुकान में या कहीं काम करते हो, रेडी वगैरह में कहीं लगाते हो तो आप ले जाओ। क्योंकि हम देखिए वी हैव चाइल्ड लेबर लॉ राइट, लेकिन हम डिनाई नहीं कर सकते चाय की दुकान में आपको कोई ना कोई छोटू मिल जाएगा। ये मैं देखिए आप ये नॉर्मल है, ये आप वी कैन नॉट डिनाई। हमारे पास चाइल्ड लेबर लॉ है, उसमें आप इजीली कंप्लेन कर सकते हैं, लेकिन कितनी कंप्लेन्स करेंगे। ऐसी सिचुएशन में आई कंसीडर कि एजुकेशन इज अ बेस्ट थिंग। मेरे ख्याल में वो बच्चे इतने ज्यादा टैलेंटेड हैं, नॉर्मल बच्चों की तरह हैं, उनको पेंटिंग करना आता है, उनको एक कहते हैं ना टैलेंट है उनके अंदर, कुछ गाते बहुत अच्छा है, कईयों का बहुत अच्छा चीजें मतलब उनको आती हैं। बट द प्रॉब्लम इज कि वो जो है वो प्रॉपर स्कूल में एडमिशन नहीं ले पा रहे हैं। बहुत सारे रीजन है, कुछ की फैमिलीज नहीं अलो करती है। लड़कियों को तो दे ऑलवेज कंसीडर कि इसको पढ़ाना तो यूजलेस है, लड़कियों को तो उन्होंने पहले ही डिक्लेयर कर दिया इसको पढ़ा के क्या करेंगे, इसकी तो शादी करनी है। तो मुझे लगता है कि सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी अवेयरनेस है, और एजुकेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है। अगर आप लोग देखिए लॉ स्टूडेंट है, लॉयर हैं, एकेडमिशियंस हैं, कोई भी है, मुझे लगता है हमारी लाइफ में हमें एक एक इनिशिएटिव ऐसा लेना चाहिए जो हमारे लाइफ में, क्योंकि देखिए जब आप लॉ करते हैं, बीइंग अ लॉयर, बीइंग एन एडवोकेट, बीइंग अ लॉ स्टूडेंट, आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बाकी प्रोफेशनल लोगों से ज्यादा बढ़ जाती है, जो मैं बिलीव करती हूँ, क्योंकि यू नो अबाउट द राइट्स अबाउट ऑल दीज थिंग्स। तो आई थिंक आपको एक अपने लेवल पे इनिशिएटिव लेना चाहिए। वो इनिशिएटिव डेफिनेटली जो है वो स्टार्टिंग में आपको लगेगा कि नहीं वर्क कर रहा है या किसी तरह ये कुछ काम नहीं आने वाला है, बट वन डे यू रियलाइज कि लोग आपको सपोर्ट करेंगे, लोग आपको बोलेंगे कि नहीं ये आप अच्छा इनिशिएटिव करें। और जब आपको सपोर्ट मिलने लगती है तो आपको खुद लगता है कि नहीं यार ये कुछ ये मेरा जो इनिशिएटिव है अब ये काम करने लगा है। तो लास्ट में मैं यही बोलूंगी, ज्यादा समय आप लोगों का नहीं लूंगी, बस यही बोलूंगी कि अगर आप लॉ स्टूडेंट हैं, लॉ नोइंग पर्सन हैं, आप आई थिंक एनवायरमेंट लॉ, क्रिमिनल लॉ, सिविल लॉ, कोई एजुकेशन, आप कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल लॉ बेस कुछ भी अगर आप कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं तो ट्राई टू डू इट। थैंक यू सो मच।
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Next,
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. We really got appreciated, or we are really praised to have you. Like, you encouraged us. We have also started our council just now. So you actually encouraged us to continue it because we are also new ones into this council. So thank you so much, ma'am, for your encouragement.
All the very best. My best wishes are always with you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We are so glad you're here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Next in line, I would request Ma'am Advocate Megha Ahuja to give few insights and also tell how we as a committee, like a council, Wiki, can go ahead with some cyber law provisions and make it more reliable so that it is beneficial for the women and uh, also beneficial for taking up our reforms and amendments which we are wanting to make in the laws already existing for women. Ma'am, Megha, ma'am,
Hi, good
are
evening,
you there?
everyone. Rishika, I hope I'm audible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can see you
okay.
also. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I won't take much of your time, a little unveil today. Starting with, I am very pleased to be invited and to share the stage with so huge, eminent colleagues of mine at the launch of UP State Judicial Reforms Council Wiki. Thanks to each one of you for being here with us and being a part of this launch today. It is a very special council that is being launched. As we all know, Wiki is a global initiative to boost and build empowering ecosystem for women's entrepreneurships and businesses to thrive. Today, we see more women are starting new businesses with the help of Wiki Council, and the outcome has shown definitely an economic growth on both small and large scales. Technology, I suppose, is a very great medium that we have seen after the COVID pandemic. And I would say that cyber world is far greater than physical world, far greater and far much easier to approach than physical world. Uh, with this, I would say that definitely it is a very easier approach to create awareness through cyber world. It will be very easy and very helpful. The greatest example of the vastness of cyber world is that we are having this launch today on internet, through internet, and that is definitely one thing you guys can do to create awareness related to what is happening with women, what reforms you can bring for better world for women's for women, that is who are netizens, and even the physical better physical world for them. You can definitely create awareness through internet for better world for women on internet and out of internet. Definitely, I would say today at this launch, where we are launching a new and a very special state judicial UP, that is the largest state of India, UP State Judicial Reforms Council Wiki. And I would say that few of you would agree and few would not agree that Indian judiciary definitely need urgent reforms, and the immediacy of this need has arisen due to the grapple of COVID-19 pandemic, which has resulted in significant socio-economic changes in the country, and certain integral issue that we are facing right now, which you guys should work on, should research on, and should create awareness on, are delay in justice, pending cases, corruption, which is one of the biggest issue that is prevailing in India and definitely in UP, transparency, under trial accused, lack of infrastructure, lack of women representation in judiciary, that are the major issues we all should together work on with the help of this committee. A holistic approach is needed with the emphasis on cure rather than treatment of these symptoms. And what would be a great example? I would say we keep a lock in our homes to save our valuable things from thieves. Similarly, we should keep a lock on our digital data on our profiles to save our digital data and our financial data from the cyber thieves. That we definitely need to do, and for that we definitely need to create awareness. You can definitely look into some great provisions in IT Act which are provided for cyber crimes and cyber contraventions that are happening. And with this note, I really wish and congratulate all the members of UP State Judicial Reforms Council Wiki for this new beginning, and I pray for your huge success. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for guiding us and suggesting us the pathway for achieving the goal. And surely, ma'am, as I being an intern under you, have learned a lot on cyber laws, and I surely be like we'll be spreading cyber laws and surely say that in UP we'll have less number of cyber crimes now.
Yes, definitely. Cyber crimes are very much prevalent among women, especially among women. So we should definitely work towards awareness and towards better digital life for women. That is there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Over to you, Nandini.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya. I am Nandini Mangla, one of the council members. Now, I would like to introduce the various committees and their members. Number 1 committee is Educational Committee. Members Ayushi Verma and Monica Nahalia. Second committee, Research Committee. Guneet Kaur, D. Monalisa Rao. Third, Graphic Team Committee. Akansha Kumari and Devanshi Parashar. Fourth one is Google Form of Service Committee. Members Adrita and Anamika Singh. Next, Content Committee. Member Rishika Sachdeva and Shalini Kapula. Seventh one is Event Management Committee. Members Shivangi Kohli and Priya Chaudhary. A team for reaching out professional committee for their interviews. Members Muskan Jain and Niljana Banikya. Next one, Call Responsibility Committee. Members Nandini Mangla and Prerna. Last one is Drafting Committee. Members Aditi Agarwal and Anvesha Chaturvedi. Now we have one special committee, that is Council Rehearsal Committee. I want to ask Sophia ma'am that would you like to be a part of our rehearsal committee, because we want to keep it transparent. So for transparency, we would like to have you in our council.
Yes, please. Why not? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sophia ma'am, and other members are Aishwarya Bhatia and Guneet Kaur. Now I would like to share the stage with the Vice President of UP Judicial Council, Ms. Pranjal.
Good evening to one and all gathered here. On this wonderful event evening, I am honored to have opportunity to give vote of thanks on this occasion. I, Pranjal Saini, Vice President, on the behalf of Uttar Pradesh Judicial Reform Council, WIKI, want to extend vote of thanks to Dr. Harbeen Arora, who is the founder and national president of WIKI. Due to her absence, we have Ms. Ritu Singh. She is the Deputy General of WIKI. For taking her precious time from her social work and attending the interview. Thank you for being with us, ma'am. Now, we take this golden opportunity to thank to the respected guests of this event, Mrs. Megha Ahuja and Advocate Samiksha Pandey. For attending the event, we will cultivate the advice you gave us in real life too, and implement your suggestions and ideas. I extend my gratitude to the respected Ms. Pinu Pahada ma'am and Miss Sophia Bamri, not only for spending their time with us, but today also encouraging us to achieve many future endeavors. Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to thank all the organizing team and students who contributed to smooth functioning of this program. Without you all, it wouldn't have been successful. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you so much, Megha ma'am and Sophia ma'am.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a pleasure that you have been come and we had a great launch.
Yes, all the best, dear girls. छोड़ना मत
May
इस
you,
चीज को.
yes,
Yes, ma'am.
definitely. May you have all the success. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.